Well, I helped a bit when that was in the '60s when there was fair housing legislation in Lincoln. My wife was more active than I was, though. She constantly worked. There was a group she worked with where there was a Jew and a black, and she was the WASP, and they went around and made presentations at various clubs and that sort of thing. And so she was more active than I was, but I was 100% with her mentally. I was just working a little more on my own investments. There was an incident at the end of the 1960s where I was going to join what had been an all-Jewish country club, and that created quite a ruckus there for a couple of months. And then after it took place, then everything straightened out. The club that I'd belonged to that had turned down a Jewish friend of mine, which made me quite irritated, and was the cause for me to join the Jewish club. What existed in whatever it was, 1969, a few years later just changed dramatically in that respect. But I remember when Bob Gibson, who was the terrific baseball player, and they have something in Omaha called the Exarban Ball, which was a very, very big deal in the past. Still is a big deal, but it was a much bigger deal then. And 8,000 or 10,000 people would gather at the Exarban Auditorium for something of a civic nature and social nature, and there wasn't a black face there. And then finally they invited Bob's one or two of his daughters to participate, and that was a big event. That was a big change in the mid-'70s. There's a lot of progress that's still needed, but I've seen progress take place in my lifetime, probably more with females than with blacks. I've seen anti-Semitism drop dramatically in Omaha. Now, maybe people just don't talk to me about it when they feel that way now, but I was a member of the Rotary Club in the 1960s, and finally they put me on some secret membership committee, and I learned what some of the people on that committee thought about how they made selections, and it was amazing to me that in Omaha, Nebraska in the 1960s that people would say, well, we've got enough Jews or something like that.